For years, he was the man everyone forgot to say good morning to. The one who sat at the corner desk, quiet, invisible, almost like background noise. But the day he left, the entire office fell silent. Here's a story about the coworker everyone ignored until he was gone. His name was Omar, 42 years old, an accounts assistant in a mid-sized marketing firm, the kind of job people do but never dream of doing. Every morning he arrived at 8:45 sharp, pressed the same elevator button, placed his lunchbox, always wrapped neatly in foil, in the break room fridge, and sat down at his desk, surrounded by people who didn't really see him. Omar wasn't unfriendly, just understated. When others laughed over weekend plans, he kept typing. When birthdays were celebrated, he'd clap politely, then quietly return to his spreadsheet. He never joined the office WhatsApp group, never went out for after-work drinks. And if someone asked for help, he'd assist, patiently, skillfully, but without small talk. Most of them thought he was just another middle-aged guy who didn't fit in. No one asked why he always looked tired. No one noticed when his shirts started to look worn or when he skipped lunch some days. But behind that quiet face was a life few could imagine. Omar was a single father. His wife had passed away 3 years ago. Sudden illness, gone in weeks. Since then, it had been just him and his 8-year-old daughter, Sarah. He woke up before sunrise every day to make her breakfast, braid her hair, drop her at school, then rush to work, still smelling faintly of soap and early morning coffee. He never complained. Never told anyone how hard it was to balance bills, homework, and endless office deadlines. To the others, he was just the quiet accountant. To Sarah, he was everything. There were moments, though, small cracks in the mask. Sometimes, when everyone left the office and the floor went quiet, he'd sit there for a few minutes longer, just staring at the blinking cursor on the screen. Not working, not thinking, just breathing, like someone trying not to drown. One evening, the HR sent a casual email. Omar has resigned. His last day will be Friday. No one reacted much. A few people mumbled, "Oh, he's leaving?" Someone joked, "Guess we'll finally have to figure out those reports ourselves." Then the day went on like normal. Friday arrived. He came in at the same time. Same shirt, same thermos of tea. But this time, his desk looked emptier. No one really spoke to him that morning. Not out of malice, just habit. By lunchtime, he quietly handed his office keys to HR, shook the manager's hand and said softly, "Thank you for everything. It's been good working here. No farewell speech, no cake, just a polite goodbye." But when the team came in Monday morning, something felt off. His desk, that small corner of consistency, was empty. And for the first time, they noticed how much of him was woven into their daily rhythm. The reports that magically arrived on time. The files no one else knew how to organize. The spreadsheets that made the manager's job easier. The quiet greetings that no one used to return. Without Omar, small things began to fall apart. Emails got delayed, budgets went missing, deadlines slipped. One afternoon, as frustration grew, the team found a folder in the shared drive labeled "Instructions for whoever replaces me." Inside, every process was documented, color-coded, simplified, patiently written, not for credit, but to make someone else's life easier. There was even a note at the bottom. "To whoever takes over, I know it can be a lot sometimes. Don't worry, you'll get the hang of it. If you ever need to reach out, my number's below. Good luck, no bitterness, no pride, just kindness. That day, something shifted. People started talking, not about his work, but about him. Someone remembered how he'd once stayed late to help them fix an error that wasn't his fault. Another recalled how he'd quietly leave coffee on a colleague's desk when they looked tired. And someone else, the intern, said softly, "He was the only one who remembered my birthday." The realization hit hard. The man they'd all overlooked had been holding the place together, not with words, but with quiet consistency. A week later, the office decided to send him a card. Dozens of messages filled it. "Wish we'd known you better. Thank you for everything you did. We didn't say it enough. Hope you and your daughter are doing well." But the HR's reply came back. The address he left is no longer active. He's moved out of the city. Silence. He was gone, just like that. Months later, during a routine audit, they found one more thing. A hidden folder labeled Sarah's Future. Inside, spreadsheets tracking school fees, medical expenses, future goals, all meticulously planned. Next to it, an unsent email draft addressed to himself. "You're doing fine, Omar. Even if no one notices, you're doing fine." The manager printed it out and pinned it quietly to the office board. No caption, no explanation, just the words, raw and human. And in that quiet office, surrounded by screens and deadlines, everyone finally saw him. Not as the quiet guy, but as a man who gave more than anyone realized. From that day on, every new employee got a small note in their welcome kit. Around you are people you might not truly see until they're gone. Don't wait that long. In the end, Omar didn't need recognition to matter. He proved that even the quietest presence can leave the loudest echo.